One of the most interesting things about our list of the world's most powerful people is how we go about compiling it. So what we've come up over the years is we have 4 categories that we evaluate everybody in. The first category is how much financial resources do they have relative to their peers. Then we look at how many people they have power over. And by power over, we mean directly have power over. Then we ask whether or not they actively wield their power, because power that's not wielded just really isn't useful at all. And then we have this notion of spheres of power. How many areas, how many things are you powerful in? And so Michael Bloomberg, the mayor of New York, is sort of the classic example of this. He's a billionaire, he is a media mogul, he's a very influential politician, and he's quite active in all those areas. If you live in New York City, you're aware that he's trying to take away our soda pop now. So he's not a guy who's just passively being powerful. Another really good and interesting example of this is Michael Duke, who's the CEO of Walmart. Now, Walmart is just, of course, a ginormous company. It's the largest retailer in the world. It's the largest company in the world by revenues. It has a ton of employees. But if you start thinking about where Walmart's powerful, just because of its supply chain, they're affecting manufacturing in China. They're literally cutting down forests in Siberia to build the cheap Chinese furniture, Chinese-made furniture that you're then buying in Arkansas. It's an enormously influential company in many, many places in the world. And I think probably the best example of this is the guy who's on the cover of this issue, Charles Koch. Charles and his brother David are pretty well known, I think, nowadays for a lot of their political activities. They're libertarians who funded a lot of think tanks and groups that then became associated with the Tea Party. But they're not only just political figures. These guys are incredible businessmen. They built the second largest privately held company in the United States from relatively modest, I mean, their father did give them a company, but this thing, if it was publicly traded, would be the size of McDonald's. It is largely an oil and gas company, a lot of pipelines, but they also make things like toilet paper and Lycra. So they're powerful in the business arena. And then they're also huge philanthropists. David Koch's given away hundreds of millions of dollars. And I repeat that again, hundreds of millions of dollars for cancer research. The Koch brothers are rebuilding one of the theaters at the Lincoln Center. They give a lot of money to the arts. And then to top it all off, these guys are worth more than $30 billion each. That's power. That's how we define it here at Forbes.